Hey guys, here I am in my bedroom filming so you can see all my crap behind me. What I'm going to be talking about today, anyway, is GoodReads. My kind of impetus talking about GoodReads has come from a video I watched recently by Jen Campbell and Holly Dunn, who are both fantastic, which was about reviewing in a general sense and just kind of how they deal with lots of different things, being bloggers, vloggers, booktubers, and reviewing books, and how they kind of deal with all the different things that come with that, the good and the bad. And one of the things I talked about was GoodReads. So I thought, I've got some opinions about that. Really, the key of it was the 5-star ratings. And how do you use them, and what do you think of them? And are they good, are they bad? I use those star ratings because they're there, basically. But I think a lot of people will have like their own system. They'll say, okay, so 1 star means this, 2 stars mean this, 3 stars means this, and it's very specific, which is great. But I don't have that. I kind of just go with feeling, basically. And I think I start at 5 and work backwards. Like, I take points away. I think giving 1 star is very harsh. I think I would only give something 1 star if I just unequivocally hated it, couldn't find anything good about it, and just had very strong feelings. And I think I've probably only done that once or twice, and no books spring to mind that I've done that to. I'm not sure. And 2 stars for me would be something that had merit and had some good points, but just didn't really do it and had a lot of bad. The bad outweighed the good, basically. And one book that's come to mind for that has been The Collector by John Fowles, which is something I read a few months ago. It was kind of around on the blogs quite a lot. I think a new edition had just come out by Vintage. And I read about it and I thought, that sounds quite interesting, I'll give it a go. Bought myself a copy. And the problem, I think, when I talked about this in my review at the time, was that I had quite high expectations, unfortunately. And I thought it would be one thing and it was something else, which is obviously a massive disappointment when you're reading a book. And that was one reason why I didn't react well to it, basically. I really didn't like it. Partly because it was just so different from what I expected, which was sort of my own fault and my own misinterpretation of the blurb, etc. But I also didn't really like any of the characters, and I didn't like the way the story was constructed, and I didn't, even though I kind of appreciated the writing and the setup, and it was a very clever story and very well executed, but I just didn't like anything about it, and I wouldn't recommend it to people. And I think that's often a kind of a factor to prove whether you like something, is if you would recommend it to someone. It's very, you think, do I want people I know to read this on my recommendation? Because it's going to reflect on me. That's also something to consider. So I think I gave that 2 stars. 3 stars is very indifferent. It's very kind of like, it was good, it was bad, it was just kind of in the middle, it was nothing. Which isn't good, really, because it means you don't have any kind of strong feeling, you're just kind of like, which is bad, basically. Books I really like, I give 4 stars to, because I really like them and they're really good, but obviously they're not perfect. No book is perfect, that's, But then I do give things 5 stars. When I think about it, I do give quite a lot of things 5 stars. It's the minority, obviously, but things do get 5 stars. I know I gave The Paying Guests by Sarah Waters 5 stars. I probably gave most of her books 5 stars because I love her. Donna Tartt gets 5 stars, always. And the odd thing here and there that's just different and new and that I liked. I remember I gave 5 stars to Travels with Myself and Another by Martha Gellhorn. It was the first thing by her I'd read, and I just loved it. I thought, this is fantastic, I love everything about this. So I gave it 5 stars because I just had this really strong, great feeling, and it was just really positive and fantastic. So I gave it 5 stars. I think the ranking system is good because it's easy, but it's bad because I think it's too simplistic. That's my issue with it, is that it's very black and white, it's very simple. And sometimes you do have simple feelings about a book, sometimes, but not very often. So when I don't take the stars too seriously with my own ratings, and then when I look at other people's ratings too, I don't think of them super seriously because it's just too simple for me, and you can't read anything from it. I wouldn't take a recommendation on a star rating. I'd have to read the review as well. So I'd look at the stars and go, okay, I'm going to read the rest of what's here. I'm going to, even if it's a couple of sentences, just anything to kind of give me more of an impression of this book. Because I think the stars are they're good and they're easy and convenient, but they're just too simple for me. So I think that's my overriding opinion of them, is that they're just too simple. Which is why I don't have them on my blog itself. I know some people do have stars on their blogs, but I just don't, because I think my brain doesn't work that way with the review. So they're kind of convenient and easy. And also because you have to give something a rating on GoodReads, basically, because otherwise it just kind of goes no rating. And that seems a bit like, fine, I'll give it a rating. You kind of have to slightly, because that's the way it works on GoodReads. And the 5-star rating has its merits, but is not for me, really. I do use it, but I don't think it's like the best way to rate books or to review books. There's more to it than that. We're book bloggers. We've got lots of feelings about books. Otherwise, we wouldn't be bloggers. So yeah, there you go. That's me on the GoodReads stars. I will be doing more videos in the future. As I've said before, I will do a mix of this kind of thing where I'm talking about a topic and book reviews as well. Going to be kind of a mixture, because you don't want it to be samey. Samey gets boring, let's be honest. So yes, thank you for watching if you did, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.